He said a lot of things, and I'm kind of wondering if there wasn't something kind of wrong with the man. I think he was off in the head, actually.
Oh, this you crazy mother...
So, Larry, having sold his soul to the devil, decided to re-embark upon how he was going to get back at these guys for stealing his chickens, you remember? Well, the story goes, old Larry lost everything that day. It was a sad, sad situation. Those hunters took everything from him. They left him his guns, however, which was their fatal mistake. Old Larry had a plan. Larry decided to scour the countryside to find anything he could use against these men, to push them off his land, to drive him off with one final victory. He was going to do it. He was going to succeed. He knew it. He felt it in his bones. And Larry was a man of nature. He communed with it, for crying out loud. He lived with it. He abandoned all of society for one last hope. And he had had enough. You see, Larry was a vengeful man, having sold his soul to the devil and all. He knew what was going to have to happen. He knew what he had to do. And he was just the man to do it. That's right, Larry was confident. He wasn't really loaded down with weaponry. However, he had a hope and a prayer, and that's all you need today, hope and a prayer. Of course, if you sold your soul to the devil, I don't think praying to God's going to help you much. You're just going on deaf ears. So Larry told me one day he went over there to check him out and heard some gunfire. Didn't know what was going on. He went to investigate. He was worried, just a little bit. But he crept up on these hunters. He was going to take them out. Then the realization happened that somebody else had already beat him to it. He couldn't believe it. I mean, look, there he stood right there, dead as a doornail. But Larry didn't feel right about it. He knew there was a trap. He felt it in his bones. There's more to this than what meets the eye. And he wasn't talking about the Transformers either, he said. Why he said that, I don't know. It's kind of confusing and strange all in its own right. It appears the bear did it, but he wasn't for sure. Larry wasn't going to give up. He knew there was more than him around. So he quietly crept around looking. And he took all the stuff he had. He'd had enough. These men had ravished his countryside too long. They would do it no more, not on his watch. So Larry went about his business. He felt distraught, partly, but then he realized, you know what? It's the last man standing. And he was going to do it. He'd find a way to banish them. He'd find a way to get rid of them. Purge them from his land, he said. He said a lot of things, and I'm kind of wondering if there wasn't something kind of wrong with the man. I think he was off in the head, actually. Larry pissed off everybody. And he did it well, actually. Not gonna lie. The man was a genius when it came to angering off the whole crowd of hunters. These men, although were not the greatest of shots, seemed to do very good against him. But Larry had his magnum. And he wasn't going to be taken down again. Larry had had enough. And when push comes to shove, you get shoved back. And so Larry, in all his power and mighty glory, slew the hunters. What he didn't know, though, was only for the day. He got really tired of it. He was proud of himself for his accomplishment, having slain these hunters, taking them down a peg or two, and showing them who the boss was. Now he would reap his. He'd gain back the things precious to him that he had lost. At least he thought he would. Unfortunately, a door stood between him, and nobody wanted to seem to let him in. So Larry had a plan. So old Larry took things into his own hands. And he decided, let's just sneak in their house tonight, see what they got. And they had a lot of goodies, oh my goodness. The things he told me he found there were just spectacular. He said he found a lot of the things he was missing. And he also found something else that worried him. The hunters that were coming for him. They had acquired a grenade. Things weren't going to get any better. So he proceeded to take everything he could from them, because he was not going to be done. He was going to make sure these hunters knew their place, knew their role. They understood this was his house, this was his land, and he wasn't going to be trifled with. So Larry had accomplished something today. He struck a blow. As he ran back in the middle of the night, he told me he had so much adrenaline pumping through his heart, he didn't know what to do. He was excited. He was ecstatic. He'd gotten over on them. But he knew they were going to be back tomorrow. And tomorrow would be another day. Oh yeah, this would continue back and forth for years to come, he said. So this was just the beginning. This is what started it all. This is how it began. And old Larry, well, Larry being Larry, he was ready for the long haul. He was ready for the long haul. But this is the story of Larry and his survival in the woods. Till next time.